in the second half. So it shows that there was problem in the central defense. And what since you knew that Orji was suitable, then you should have allowed him to pair permanently with somebody. So what happened to us against Guinea was, yes, we were not scoring, but the defense was horrendous. Look at the replay again. Chiamaka, as the captain of the team, was so abysmal in that tackle. He just allowed the player to have his way into the 18-yard box and made that true pass. And they play one player against 3 defenders, and they still allowed the player to make the contact. Even on so it was a horrendous defensive lineup that we paraded, and we didn't notice it during the qualifiers. Maybe we would have raised alarm like before, but they went to the tournament, and I don't know what to say, but I think also that going forward, the Nigerian Football Federation should make Coach Sunday Oliseh stay with the team. If for any reason he's indisposed, nobody prays to be sick. If he's sick, then communicate with your assistant coaches. Tell them what you want so that they'll start early enough. You see, after we played Niger Republic in the friendly, he went away, to Belgium his base. Maybe he was sick or whatever. Yes, that one is understandable. But I know that there was no communication. We had to raise the alarm on this platform, to raise the alarm before the friendly games against Congo and Cameroon.
That's right.
And that was why they asked Salisu to stay behind, and start camping with the team. So the coach should be told, if you are not going to be around because of e-health or whatever, then communicate with your assistant coaches so that they start preparation on time. We don't want to listen to excuses. This is the best team. If we vilified Keshi, for wobbling to the semi-final and getting top place with the likes of Chigozie Agbim that we all considered were below par, they got to the semi-final and almost got to the final, then this is a failure.
Okay. We're still getting reactions on Twitter. Promise Etim on Twitter says, I doubt the technical depth of Coach Sunday Oliseh. Benching a quality player like Ezekiel Bassi was the height of technical inadequacy. We kept on talking about Ezekiel Bassi and the options he can bring in terms of attacking, in terms of being offensive. But for some reasons, we didn't see much of the player.
Yeah, against Swaziland in the second leg here in Nigeria, Ezekiel Bassi helped us to get the second goal. Immediately he came, he held on to play. His movement off the right flanks helped lifted the pressure of the Nigerian side, and he was brought down. The resultant free kick was used to score the second goal. So we expected that such a player should be in the mainstream of the national team. For whatever reason, I learned, that he didn't measure up in training. But when the game was getting so difficult, one has expected that a player with such an experience, with such pace and full of brilliance, would have come in to help us navigate out of this difficulty. Wow. I want to agree also with his comment that maybe Coach Sunday Oliseh, does not really know some of the players because he has been away for some time, and 2 friendly games are not enough for him to know the abilities, the shortcomings of his team. So going forward, like I said, he must stay with the team. The Nigerian Football Federation must not pamper him. They must ensure that he stays with the team.
That's right. Opinions are varied. Actually, you can't sit on the fence. On this kind of issue, you're going to have an opinion. Facts are what they are. If we want to measure his performance, he has failed. Talking about the coach, this is failure. There's no way you can.
That's the last game.
There's no way you can sugarcoat it. But there are other issues as to whether or not he's competent enough to handle the home-based team, whether or not he has technical depth. So all of those issues, as we go on from here, are the issues. And now we're facing a double-header.
Very crucial game in March against Egypt.
No margin for error. One mistake, you are out. It's an irreparable damage, and So I think the NFF should really sit down and ask themselves. Julian raised it on the show yesterday that look, maybe you should separate, have a coach for the home base, have a coach for the professionals. I don't know. Like that's why I said opinions are varied.
That's right.
But I think the burden lies with the NFF to really sit down and ask themselves what they really want. And you see. We have a lot of matured football fans in Nigeria, but I'm very sure nobody will stomach us not qualifying for the Nations Cup.
Yeah, I think we should just leave it at
that. That's why I said the burden lies with the NFF now. Whatever corrective measure.
Get to work.
Whatever, a lot of people are already saying, some are even using the word sack. which I'm not going to use now because I don't think, I think it's too early to start judging whether or not. But that will be the litmus test. Not even qualifying, how well we play.
Yes, that's right.
Qualifying and how well we play against a team people, see as one of the best sides
That's right. And they keep doing big
in
things with their
Africa. So
football.
his acumen, his managerial acumen, will be tested. And I even think Egypt will determine Oliseh's fate with the Super Eagles. I have a strong feeling
That's right.
that they will.
I totally agree with you guys. So to the Nigeria Football Federation and everybody involved in football administration in Nigeria, the only thing just say, Coach Sonny Oliseh must stay. He demonstrated. He must stay with the team. And Yemi Adebayo says it will be irreparable if Nigeria fails to qualify for the 2017 African Cup of Nations. So much comments coming on Twitter. Nigerian footballers, Nigerian football fans love their football and they don't like the fact that this team that we spoke so much about have failed to go through the group phase of the African Nations Championship. Well, it's over for Nigeria, but the show must go on. And in Rwanda, some other teams are doing big things. So let's see some of the results from the 2016 African Nations Championships. It's sad that we won't get to be talking about Nigeria anymore, but we will be talking about these other guys. And today's results, Uganda played a 1-0 draw with Zimbabwe, and then Zambia and Mali played goalless. So it seems teams are being careful now. Nobody's coming out.
I think Zambia learned from Nigeria's mistake. Zambia and Mali through to the next round. Christopher Katongo inspired Zambia, did the job. They've already qualified, but they needed our insurance points to ensure that they qualify.
What we needed.
What we needed and couldn't get. So that's it for you. And the list of quarterfinalists now complete. You now know the 8 teams. Each team knows the opponents that they will face. It's a shame, really, that our team will not be there.
So that's it. Quarter-final fixtures. The last 8 are the ongoing African Nations Championship. Host Rwanda will take on the DR Congo. And we said that's one we bring some fire.
Their neighbors.
Some fireworks right there.
Neighbors,
derby of a game.
they know each
and I
other
like
very
the fact that it's a good test for Rwanda. That stadium will be filled up.
Yeah.
Massive support for the home team. Cameroon will play Cote d'Ivoire. That's another massive, huge game for African football. Tunisia we take on Mali, while Zambia we play. Some people argue that should be Zambia versus Nigeria. We surely want to. Football is cruel. Nigeria is not there. It is Zambia taking on Guinea. So quarterfinal fixtures right there for you. Not a good one, but hey, what can we do? It is what it is. No Nigeria at the ongoing African Nations Championship. By this time tomorrow, we'll be speaking to some of the players. We'll be back home. Maybe Chiso Chikatara will be in Aba. And then the other players, and we'll be back here. Okay, we're going to break. Before we're going to break, let's give you some update from the Capital One Cup live games being played. We told you Everton will be taking on Manchester City. As we speak, the last time I checked, that's it right there, 1-1. So Everton leads with a 3-2.
Advantage Everton.
Yeah, advantage Everton right there. It was Ross Barkley that scored in the 18th minute for Everton, and then Fernandinho equalized for Manchester City in the 24th minute. So it's still looking tight. Somebody would say push loyalty in front of you. You would want Kelechi Iheanacho to play in the finals of the Capital One Cup, but let the best team win. Okay, that's it. Let's go on a quick break now. When we come back, we'll let you know what's going down at the Australian Open, and of course, who is talking tough against Russia. International athletics will get our attention. Don't go anywhere. Stay.
ChannelsTV.com is your most trusted news website, using responsive design for a richer user experience. Get the latest information as it happens. Politics, sports, business, entertainment, health, and more. Access our content on all our social media platforms. To access the world, you only need ChannelsTV.com. The news at your fingertips.
Welcome back. It's Sports Tonight. We're broadcasting live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. Talking sports is so much fun. So you can be part of the show. Yes, you can on Twitter. We're Channels_sports, and on Facebook, we're Channels-sports. Off to Melbourne in Australia. We go now. Yemi Adebayo. We kept on saying it's a grand slam of upsets. Yes, it's looking that way. Joanna Konta, she's playing in the semis. Miles Raonic is also powering on.
That's not a surprise. is in the top 10. So you'd expect someone in the top 10 to be able to, power through to the top 4. It doesn't come to me as a surprise. And his style of play, a lot